This video was originally broadcast live on Twitch during decafjedi's first year as a streamer. Expect janky video, questionable audio, and the usual poor gameplay. Enjoy!
Okay, welcome to my Space Quest 3 stream. Tonight I'm going to be playing a little bit of one of my favorite games of all time, Space Quest 3, the Pirates of Pestulon, of course named after the Gilbert and Sullivan opera, Pirates of Pestulon. Run through the credits here. The two guys from Andromeda, Scott Murphy and Mark Crow. Pick up after Space Quest 2 as Roger Wilco rockets away from Sludge Bohal's burning space fortress for its suspended animation. Roger lies undisturbed in his sleep chamber. This alien font would later be reused as part of the copy protection in Space Quest 1 VGA and Space Quest 4, I believe. Garbage Scowl Robot. The pod, considered to be nothing more than another piece of scrap, is taken aboard a robot commanded garbage freighter. Unfortunately, these robots have no regard for economics. This bit of synthesized speech here was only available on certain sound cards. Let's hear it.
Where am I?
Okay, Roger peeks his head out and the game begins. Our pod gives a final hum and shuts down. This section aboard the garbage freighter at the beginning of Space Quest 3 is actually one of my favorite bits in any CR game. I feel like it works almost as its own little mini game. It was actually an inspiration for me when I designed a few short adventure games here and there along the way. I like how self-contained this whole section is. Here's the warp motivator. We're going to need that in a little while to power a ship. Gizmo isn't in the Andromeda dictionary. Yep, how'd I guess it was a warp motivator? It's more high-tech than the other junk strewn around. A modular plug near its base. Let's head to the south here. These backgrounds are just terrific. We have, of course, the Acme rocket from Looney Tunes, the Jupiter space saucer. I believe that's from Lost in Space, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, we have a TIE fighter. Do me a favor. A bow tie fighter dating back to the Clone Wars. One of the things that really wowed me as a kid when I first played this game in 1989 was this lighting effect. As Roger walks into the shadow, his character sprite darkens to reflect it. And right over here is maybe one of my favorite jokes. Save the game really quickly. One of my favorite jokes in all the Space Quest series. That being, get metal. Yow! Of course, Roger dies. A horrible death. One screen into the game. It's obvious that metal is sharper than you. The resulting laceration turns you into a living fountain, at least for a few moments. Unfortunately for you, this show was your finale. Good luck in the afterlife. One way to lower your blood pressure, a brave but fatal attempt at arterial art. What I love about this gag, one of the reasons it's my favorite, is Sierra Games, in their manuals, consistently reinforce this idea that you should try to pick up anything that's not nailed down. And, the idea being that you might need this item later. I love that literally the second screen of the game, there's an item that if you attempt to pick it up, it just cruelly and unfairly kills you. No warning that it looks sharp or anything like that. So I love it. I think it's actually a pretty funny joke. I see ATM Machine over in the chat is mentioning this inspired LucasArts to really drive home its philosophy of no unfair deaths. I can see why, but boy, it's a good gag. Let's continue on. Another bit of this game I really appreciated as a kid was this bucket scooper that I'm getting ready to ride up. It used verticality in a way that really not many Sierra adventure games had up to that point. I think that's kind of a neat feature. So if I can actually hit it correctly. Yeah, Roger hops on, begins riding to the top. We'll see how well I remember this game. If I start to struggle, I'll refer to a walkthrough, but to keep it fair, I'll refer to a walkthrough I wrote myself 25 years ago for my own Space Quest website, so that's hardly cheating if I wrote the walkthrough. Alright, successful jump. Probably not a bad place to save. Pump up the speed a little bit here. Okay, so we are now above the base floor of the garbage scow. What we're going to want to do is go in here to the command center and crawl down into the grabber. There we go. Some nice character animation. Plopping into the seat, you grasp the forward-backward control of the grabber. Like that it has the backwards beeping up, or beeping backing up sound. You can almost say that. Look at the robot. Dedicated to his workstation. Seems harmless enough. Zip around to the back here. What we're going to try to do is pick up that warp motivator we saw earlier and drop it into a spot that technically we shouldn't know about yet. Look at controls. Use claw. Push, claw, button. There we go. Look at that. So easy. Oh, and on the first try, the claw machine grabs the warp motivator I was hoping for. Oops. So now, let's see if we can remember where to drop this thing. It's been a few years since I played Space Quest 3. Can't drop it here because those pipes block us. I believe it's going to be right around this bend. Let's try it right here. See if I can remember it. That command I typed 2 minutes ago. Missed it. No good at all. We want to hit it right into that open hatch on the aluminum mallard. Let's push claw button again. I love the giant tinker toy Legos. Such great art direction in this section of the game. Let's try it here. Much better. Okay. So we've now installed a warp motivator into a ship again that Roger hadn't seen yet, so I guess this is all just adventurer's intuition. I'm going to go back to the platform where we originally boarded the grabber. Maybe save again. And let's fall down a garbage chute. Okay, pile of debris. Love the rats that pop up in the foreground. Again, more interesting lighting effects for a Sierra game. This is sort of a cheap puzzle. There's a reactor, a generator over here in the corner that's not visible to the player. I guess you're supposed to assume that something's powering those lights, but nevertheless, you can't see it and have to intuit that it's there. Is that an X-wing wing? Okay, back to this screen. Another joke I enjoy here. Grab the ladder and jam it in your pocket. Ouch. A bit of meta Sierra humor. I think Leisure Suit Larry 2 played with that idea as well. Okay, let's head on into here. Probably should come up with more creative save titles. Grab some wires. They're the ones we need. It's the only decent piece of wires. Okay, we lost our generator. We were mugged by some rats. Okay, back down here, let's get that reactor again. There are two kinds of Sierra players, ones that say take items and ones that say get items. The ones who say take items are incorrect. Should always be get. Alright, let's try this again. lock so I can walk diagonally. Pro tip. Okay, we make it through unharmed this time. The giant mecha robot head is wonderful. BattleBot. Okay, trying to ever brought this big guy down. That's the second biggest BattleBot I've ever seen. Alright. Now we've made it down to Roger's ship, the aluminum mallard. I think like every Space Quest I really love the aluminum mallard. I think it's a charming part of the series. For it to appear so briefly in this game, I feel like I formed a real sense of kinship to it. Now Roger looks like he could easily scramble up here, but of course, be a ladder. It's slick up here, be careful. Okay, we are inside the aluminum mallard. Switching perspectives a little bit here. Now that we're inside the aluminum mallard, it's time to get it up and running. We need to... Let's see, how does this section go? Let's see if I can remember. Use reactor. Drop it into the hole. Use wire. Oh wait, didn't I get the wires again? Oh no. Oops, don't exit. Yeah, let's exit ship. Okay, here we go. Ouch, again. Nothing like some good backtracking in an adventure game. Here we go. Where are the wires now? They back down in the rat nest. Okay, we have the wire. Let's try this again. This isn't a speed run. All the time in the world. Got the ladder. It's no fun to forget that. Okay, no rats. I was surprised we made have to backtrack again. Okay, let's give this one more try. Omen was here. That's a Space Odyssey joke, right? Okay. Power level nominal. Auxiliary reactor online. I really like these graphics in Space Quest 3. I think they're pretty charming. Landing gear, flashy red. Okay. Alright, 7 Buckazoids. Okay. So let's see here. What do we need to do? I think that we activate the engines. We'll play around with our shields a little bit and then blast our way out of here. So yeah. Probably a good idea from the chat there. Let's save before we see if I remember how to use this. Okay, we're off the ground. Okay, not quite. Your radar is designed to avoid just such an occurrence. Alright, good thing I saved. Let's turn on the radar. Fine. Okay, ascent halted due to obstruction. Now we, if I recall, turn on our rear shields, and then we fire away with the spacebar. The shot blasts a new orifice in the side of the junk freighter. The pressure generated by the desire of the ship's atmosphere to escape to the considerably lower pressure of space causes your ship to be spit out like a watermelon seed. Great description there. There's some really sharp writing in this game. Kudos to Scott Murphy. Okay, now we're free to explore space. So let's see what we can find. For a game that only allows you to go to a few limited destinations, it was a sense of freedom that was pretty rare in adventure games at the time. I really love this. Ortega, we won't go there yet. Fleabut, sounds like a plan. Calculating course. Alright, let's go to light speed. It's Arnoid the Terminator. Plaintiff Gipazoid Novelty Company. Judgment. Terminate. Space Quest 2. Of course, Roger sent away for a Labion Terror Beast whistle. It's supposed to be free, but for some reason the Gipazoid Novelty Company thinks he owes them money for it. This is closing that plot thread from the previous installment. Okay, we're now orbiting Fleabut. Let's land. Set the aluminum mallard down on the surface of Fleabut. Okay, let's save here. Probably shouldn't know how to spell Fleabut from memory so well. Okay. Harsh winds. It looks like a storm is brewing. The color palette here I think is really great, with 16 colors to work with between the use of the vibrant magenta for the sand and then the dithering of the other colors. It really manages to do a whole lot with just a very small palette. Okay, so now we have a cloaked Terminator droid following us around this desert planet. Slowly. leaving footprints. Okay. Unusually colored sand. Bizarre coloration. However, you expect to read a mouthful of the wind blow the sand, you briefly reminisce about your adventure on Corona in Space Quest 1. I don't think I've ever seen that message before. A reference back to one of the first planets you visit in Space Quest 1. There are some pod creatures. We will revisit them eventually. See if I can get to my destination without getting too lost. Oh no, a venomous scorpion thing. There's the scorpion thing again. Oh no, have I forgotten how this map works? Maybe I have. Like the small Roger in the distance. Okay, here we go. Avoid that scorpion again. We are going toward the giant statue of, I believe, Mog. And here we are at the World of Wonders. Come back now, you hear? Alien scum. That's Fester Blatz. Longtime favorite from the Space Quest series. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, an Antarian slime devil. How cute. I like this devil. I think I'll open the case. Wah! This is a rare death in the game that doesn't get a sort of custom death message, I guess. Maybe they assume no one would be dumb enough to open the slime devil case. Hey, it's Fester Blatz. Make the most of your vacation, Buckazoid. Alright, a little Dune reference. Nothing can compare to being crushed by a sandworm. Black Hole Bertha. Don't know why I'm not using that 3. That pulls up the automatic retyping. Examine one of the many interesting postcards. This one for Ortega. We will visit Ortega. Dressed in heat-resistant underwear, the hardy traveler can find the lava lover's paradise. That's a hint that we'll need some heat-resistant underwear. Roberta Land. A reference to Roberta Williams. Roberta Land would actually appear later on in the fan game. Space Quest Incinerations. I couldn't remember which one was. I think it's Incinerations. I don't think it's Football Strikes Back. Could be wrong. Come join the fun park. Come join the fun at the fun park of the future. See your characters from your favorite stories come to life again and again. Recently revised, so don't miss a single thrilling scene. Oh, there's the Orad on the stick. Some high temp thermo weave underwear. Skull. The Fester. He's not listening to you. Okay, let's sell this chunk of Orium, this green rock we've been carrying around since Space Quest 2. It started out in our inventory at the beginning of the game. That is one fine hunk of Orium. Take it off your hands for 350 Buckazoids. No! 400 Buckazoids. I'm trying to remember. I'm going to try to do this without referring to my walkthrough any more than I have to, but I think 425 is the upper limit here. Haggle interface. I like that. What do you say? It's a deal. 425 Buckazoids. Let's buy. where? Wise choice. We're at on a stick. By Astro Chicken hat. By hat. Okay. This hat really is only good for one thing, and that's wearing it right now. So when we leave here in a moment, we'll get to see it very briefly. So let's save. And leave store. We walk out with the hat on our head, it goes rolling away when Arnoid decloaks and grabs us by the throat. Tend to leave a mess wherever you go. We owe 400,000 buckazoids. Non-payment is a serious offense. He's going to give us until the count of 10 before he tries to catch us, or I dust you like a bundt cake, which is a really good line. I like that a lot. Okay. He's going to dust us like a bundt cake. And he drops us. Let's try to see if we can get out of here without Arnoid catching us. What we're going to try to do is lure him into a trap with some man-eating death pods. If I can remember where I'm going, I suspect this will take a few tries for me to get right. Oop, that's not where I want to go. Alright. Not an ideal ending. I didn't know that digitized burp was in the game. Ah, snake chow. Let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, this looks like I may be on the right track. Perfect. Now. Uh-oh. Arnoid was waiting there for me, eh? That was a terrible noise. Okay, take 3. We're having a speed issue, maybe. Okay, time for plan B. There are 2 ways to complete this puzzle. For some reason I'm having trouble with the cool way, which involves feeding Arnoid to a man-eating death pod. So let's maybe run up here instead. You know, I've only done this method like once out of the dozens of times I've played this game, so it may take a couple of tries. Let's see if this is gonna work. He sees us. I see you too. Alright. Nice. Yeah, there's a fun way to go under those pods, those overhanging pods, and you let them eat him. They spit him out, and you use the rat on a stick to grab his belt. I think it actually gives a few more points, but this way gets the job done. Oh, hey, there's Fester. I've completely forgotten that Fester came out for this scene. Okay. So that's... Oops. That's Arnoid out of the way. Let's avoid that scorpion. And head back to the ship. I think that's all we need to do here on Fleabutt. Yeah, there's the man eating pods that could have theoretically killed Arnoid. For some reason I was having some timer problems. I wonder if it's an emulation issue. Alright, so back into the ship. Sit. Look screen. Engines. Yeah, I love this interface. Something about just the ability to power up engines, take off, fire up a navigation machine or navigation interface. ATM machine asking in the chat if I'm using ScumVM or DOSBox. I'm using ScumVM tonight, so maybe that has something to do with it. Let's scan. I believe our next destination will be Monolith Burger. Played this game a whole lot before I ever realized that Monolith Burger was presumably a reference to the Monolith from 2001: Space Odyssey. I don't think I was even vaguely aware of Space Odyssey when I played this game for the first time. So let's warp over to Monolith Burger. There goes the Enterprise. Alright, Monolith Burger. Space Quest series answer to McDonald's. It appears again in Space Quest 4. Again, great use of color in this scene. So much with a 16 color palette. Diverse life forms are crowded around the counter and seen in booths consuming what can only loosely be termed food. That's not a Java. Let's talk to the clerk here. This clerk's kind of an interesting case that I have a little bit of a personal history with. When I launched my Space Quest website back in 1995, I had a little subsection of the site that was dedicated to sort of like a corporate Monolith Burger website. And I decided I wanted to talk about this character a little bit and talk about how he earned Employee of the Month. And I realized he doesn't have a name inside the game. So I decided to name him this. UFO Beeblenarf, which I thought was just a fun science fiction-y sounding name, UFO Beeblenarf. And it managed to catch on. I actually would see it cited occasionally in lots of other people's websites. It started to show up in FAQs. It began to show up in other people's walkthroughs. On wikis. At one point, I even found, like on SoundCloud, an album where someone had a track named UFO Beeblenarf, which was just a random name I pulled out of nowhere. So weirdly, this name that I came up with has gotten a little bit of traction. It's maybe the closest to Space Quest fanon that I've ever managed to contribute. So for our purposes, we'll call this guy UFO Beeblenarf. So let's see here. Let's talk. Well, you know, UFO isn't in the Andromeda dictionary. Let's look at the menu. We're going to want to order a Monolith Fun Meal. So let's do that. Thank you. And then Q. Would you like something to drink with that? This again is a really great joke. Not only in terms of a fast food joke, but a good Sierra interface joke. You have the choice between yes and yes. Would you like some space spuds with that? Yes and yes. Would you like a black fruit pie with that? Oh, and a free drink with every purchase. Total of $7 voids. Pay clerk. Alright. Have a nice day. You gingerly pick up the grease spicy bag. Alright. This animation that's getting ready to happen when I eat the meal is one of my favorite bits of animation in a CR game. Just the way that Roger chops down the food and guzzles his drink, I think is just really wonderful. Let's eat our meal. Love the extended neck when he drinks. Hey, it's a decoder ring inside of my meal. That's mighty tasty. Well, maybe mildly tasty. Or maybe not tasty at all. Reminded me of the slick skin of a Borrelian mucus worm. Great. So, do we get the ring? Yeah. Look at ring. Decode any secret message. Almost any secret message. So what we're going to do now is go play Astro Chicken. See how this goes if I'm having timer weirdness already. It's hard to tell how hard this section of the game will be. I think technically you don't have to play Astro Chicken here to finish the game, but it's about beating Astro Chicken. You unlock a secret message from the two guys from Andromeda and find out they're being held captive by Scumsoft. So if you don't do it, you don't really have much sense of why you're playing forward in the game. So let's play the game. Astro Chicken. Insert Buckazoid. Okay, it's basically like a lunar lander, only with a chicken. Bakak! Not bad. First try. Oh, the Astro Chicken skills are still strong. Look at this, 2 for 2. 3 for 3. Oh, we get the bounce. Can I recover? Oh, dead chicken. Alright, landed another one. Oh no, huge mistake. Alright. I don't want to say I'm the greatest Astro Chicken player in the world, but I'd like to see someone come for my title. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, this is going to be a lost one, I think. No! Sticks the landing. How many more? Okay, here we go. The secret code goes something like this. I guess we could sit here and decode that whole thing. I'm sure the actual text of it's available on a wiki somewhere. I don't think I'm going to do it here tonight. But for sort of the quick version of it is, it ends with 2 guys in trouble is that last line. It is telling us that the 2 guys from Andromeda are being held at Scumsoft, the evil software programming company, and they're asking for someone to rescue them. They've hidden this secret message in Astro Chicken, only to be unlocked by the very best of players, like Roger. So that went surprisingly well. Took way less time than I expected. And I think that finishes us up here at Crowd Jerk. It's a great little moment there. Okay. Back into the ship. Okay. So let's look back at our navigation screen. Start the engines. Okay, there's Ortega. If I'm not mistaken, if I recall how this whole thing works, Scumsoft is located is it on Pestulon, which is maybe a moon of Ortega. Either way, we need to go to Ortega next. We need to blow up a shield generator so we can go on to Scumsoft and save the two guys from Andromeda. So let's set our course. And let's go to light speed. Thanks to everyone who joined in on the stream tonight. I haven't done a lot of Let's Play type things, so it's good to know that some people are interested in seeing an old adventure game played by a very old person. Now we need to wear our thermoweave underwear so we don't die a horrible death. Exit the ship. Yeah, we're beating the heat with thermoweave underwear. Let's go south. This is another little nice bit of animation here. These unstable rocks are going to jitter Roger around a little bit. Isn't that great? Okay, it's a bunch of Scumsoft jerks. Loyal company men, happily performing their duties. Probably don't want to get too close by looking at their weapons. I think there are two schools of thought when it comes to Scumsoft. On the one hand, I think due to the name, a lot of people assume that it must be poking fun at Microsoft. I think that's a valid interpretation. Arguably, Elmo Pug has a little bit of a Bill Gates vibe about him. I suspect that a little bit of this game was also poking fun at Sierra itself, and maybe the maybe sweatshop-esque conditions that some of the designers felt like they were working in by this point. Okay, there's the Pestulon, the moon, and there's the force beam generator. Okay, so that's our mission. Get rid of that thing. So let's full of detonators. Luckily, this isn't an unstable ordnance that could blow us up like in Space Quest 4. Grab this pole for later use. And let's see what there is to see. Base of a seemingly extinct volcano. Some nice details on those rocks. The art in this game in general, I think, is some of Sierra's very best. I would argue that Sierra never did better work than they did in this this era of the SCI-0 engine. before they shifted to point and click, when they still were using the text parsers, 16 colors. So much more expressive, I think, in some ways than the higher resolution, higher color palette games. So let's climb our way up there. Okay, we're going to drop a detonator here into a volcano. I think this is how Leisure Suit Larry 2 ended, wasn't it? With an airsick bag and a Molotov cocktail. Alright. That should start to do the trick. May now safely travel to Pestulon. You can't climb, but you can climb down. Huh, Roger's boots are purple when he's climbing the ladder. Sure, it's just a limitation on the palette in some way. Or maybe an error. Better get off this rock ASAP. Alright, Port Ortega. Where's the exit? Is it here to the... yeah. Run behind this rock. I don't think I have to get another detonator or anything here, do I? Oh, some excellent pole vaulting here. Again, great animation. The Romanian judge gives you a 9.5. Truly outstanding jump by one of the finest young athletes we've seen this season. So actually try it again, but your pole seems to have fallen into the lava below. Corey is right in the chat. This game does need more stairs. As it stands, it has very few. And the ones it has aren't deadly at all. Alright. Fire up the engines. Take off. Check the navigation system. Let's go to Pestulon. Face the software pirates. They kidnapped the two guys from Andromeda. There we go. Set course. Sector 69. Nice. Actually need to go light speed to a moon. Seems like that violates all principles of physics. Like Roger shouldn't even be able to perceive this trip, should he? Okay. Let's land. The darker shading on the aluminum mallard here allows them to use the lighter blue color for some of the local foliage. Clever use of the palette once again. Alright, great close up here. Alright, they were alerted to our presence. Let's save this game. Alright, we're going to turn on the invisibility belt. Wow, it really works. Enter door? Alright. And with dithering, the magic of dithering, Roger is invisible. And that's it. It ran out of power. Okay, here we are. Inside the Scumsoft headquarters with a kind of cool interface. We're looking, great. Nailed it. Digging around a janitorial closet. Roger's forte. Coveralls. Okay, great disguise, and we found the vaporizer. Alright, this is where things should get fun. I actually really like this scene that we're about to go through. Posing as a janitor, vaporizing trash. Oh, maybe that's the wrong door. Yeah, I guess that's what I need. Okay. So we're posing as a janitor, which means we need to go around and vaporize some trash. Space Quest was making fun of Cubicle Hell before making fun of Cubicle Hell was cool. Ooh. Have I forgotten how this little maze works? We need to get down there to the bottom to get the portrait of Elmo Pug. But I've already taken a wrong turn. Let's see if I can correct this before I get found out. This was not the answer. Okay, I need to exit through the lower left, I guess. See if I can get back down there in time. As I said, I think if you go too long wandering around, people eventually get suspicious. Ah, there we go. The boss, Elmo Pug. Dominic in the chat room said this is one of Sierra's more accessible adventures. I would agree. It's short, but definitely a little manageable compared to some of them. Not quite as cruel, maybe, as some of Sierra's tougher games. Copy the portrait. Okay, now we have a portrait of Elmo Pug. We're going to use that to bypass some security here in a little while. Now we need to get Elmo's key card. Missing vaporizer. Seems like a very dangerous tool. Okay, dead end. Again, I clearly don't remember where I'm going. I think I was actually on the right track on my first go. So let's go in here, go up top, and go to the right. I think this will take us where we want to go. Nothing like a maze to slow an adventure game down to a crawl. See if Zap Trash works. It does. I like that way better than used vaporizer. Okay. The guys with the whips working on the programmers. Two gentlemen cracking whips. You assume this must be the programming department. What am I supposed to do here? Key card, I think. Is it in the trash? Is it on the desk? How do I do this? Maybe I'll consult my walkthrough that I wrote 25 years ago for my site. Out the door. Okay, I think we just leave and come back. Oh, up here in the menus. The game has some fun stuff. We have a boss key. Oh, you don't want your boss to know you've been playing Space Quest 3. Don't want him to know you've been playing it for 45 minutes. It's a good idea, but being the good company men we are, we can't help you cheat like that. Sorry. We also have Vapor Calc, sort of an abacus that I imagine was inspired by VisiCalc, a popular, I believe, spreadsheet program at the time. Alright, there's the aluminum mallard with some skull fighters. Gotta find the two guys from Andromeda. Alright, Elmo's gone now and he left his key card. Let's get that and get on our way. Who knows? We may manage to finish this game in less than an hour. Okay. Head off to the left here. Retrace our steps. I like that there's an Elmo portrait and a copier on either side, giving you a couple of possible solutions to work with. I clearly need more than that because I've forgotten how I got through here mere moments ago. Alright. was not anticipating this being one of the more challenging parts of the game. Stand by for facial scan. Let's see if we use photo works here. Alright. Oh, they have colored copyright. Scumsoft, this really is a science fiction game. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Be a shame if we lost this game because Roger can't properly walk through a hallway. Like, imagine watching someone do this in real life. Like, oh, I just can't quite seem to line my body up with this door. Here I am, a human. Or a Xenonian, at least. Alright, we'll just do the scan again. This is bound to work. Crank down the speed a little bit. Oh, you gotta be kidding. I can do this. One more try and I'm in. There we go. Look at that. Such skill. Love the guys in Andromeda. Health they slurp from their jello-encased captivity. Alright. Let's go rescue the two guys from Andromeda, the authors of our destiny. Where you stand, it couldn't be done. Let's take literally one step forward. Alright, we free the guys from their slimy confines. They begin to speak. Thanks, dude. Hey, what's your name? Roger Wilco, you admit. This guy here before we're discovered. Uh-oh. Was it all a trap? What's your plan for getting us out of here? Escort this gentleman to the arena. Take them away. This arena seems great. We get to do some mech fighting. I don't really know if there's a strategy to this. I've always, going back to the time I was 12 years old, just mashed buttons on it. So we'll see if that still works 30 years later. The mech design here is pretty cool. Game could really use some music for these things. Okay, J to punch, M to block. Nukem Dukem robots. Like all games, you don't actually have to use block, I don't think. There we go. Boom. Boom. Oh yeah, I forgot I had energy. Am I going to lose? No. I've never lost at Nukem Dukem robots. absolutely refuse to block. That's just not who I am. Better hang out at the gym more often. There we go. Much better. As I said, blocking's for suckers. All offense, all the time. Any UFC fighter will tell you the same thing. Alright, nearly to the end. I think we just have one arcade sequence left to go. Well, Roger, you done good. Managed to rescue the two guys and escape from Pestulon alive. So this will be a milk run from here on out. Power up the engines. Uh-oh. What do we do here? Did the two guys fix it somehow? How do you like the game so far? Was it worth $59.95? Never pay more than $25 for a computer game. What do I do here? Okay. Now we have fighters on the way. So we have to do our shields forward and backward, fire with the spacebar. We'll target some skull fighters. Target in the rear. Oh no, I'm bad at this. I used to be good at this. Target in front. Okay. Let's see if we can figure this out. Oh man. I used to be pretty good at this. There's an auto lock if I hold on long enough, right? Oops, forgot to fix my shields. Bah. Sudden decompression does suck. Let's try this again. Let's see if I can do any better this time. This would be a terrible moment to end this. You're locked on. Use the spacebar to fire. Let's see if I have any more luck. Target in rear. I wonder how many I have to take down before this is over. Who knew after that strong Astro Chicken showing this would be my undoing? Sure, this is painful to watch in the stream. Okay, no more shield. Great. Okay. I have to try this one more time. Okay, so according to the walkthrough that I wrote, I need to kill 5 of these things. So far, I have killed 0 successfully. Oh, you can use the mouse. This changes everything. Okay, the mouse is a game changer. Look at that. Such precision. Okay, I think this might be the last one. Let's see if we can take it out. Their new mouse-enhanced aiming. Alright, the remaining enemy ships have given up or are heading back to the planet. Looks like you're just too much for them. So this should be the end of the game. Everything's on autopilot from here on out. Oops. Guess I need to turn that off. Then go to the cockpit view. Oh, you showed those bozos a thing or two. Can we get something to eat? Says Mark. You inform the two guys that light speed is no longer functional. They're not overly pleased with this piece of news. We're never going to get any food. Hey, what's this thing on the wall? It says light speed maintenance access panel. Yeah, I can fix this bucket of plastobolts. Fan belt thing came off the round thing it was on. Just a second. Alright, she's all fixed. Let's go grab a burger. We're at 728 out of 738 possible points. I think that 10 points is probably because of the way we defeated Arnoid the Terminator there. You have no course laid in. You inform the two guys that light speed is now functional, but it's out of control. We're gonna die. Why'd I get up this morning? Mommy. Plunge into a black hole. Help us do anything. You and your passengers strap in and hope for the best. Nice musical track here. Rolled into a parallel universe. That looks like Earth. Like California. That looks like Sierra's legendary Redwood building in Oakhurst, California. If you want to know what kind of Sierra geek and Space Quest geek I am, I actually visited this building on my honeymoon in 2003. I visited Yosemite National Park. It's just on the outskirts of the park, so I made a pilgrimage to the Sierra building. The ultimate nerdery. Two guys from Andromeda University, famous software authors. Space age swashbuckler, all around mascot. Strange capitalization of space. It's Ken Williams, president and founder of Sierra Online. I think the L in online should have been capitalized too. Sloppy proofreading here at the end. Offers him a job. They answer in unison. Roger's unable to secure employment. Feeling left out, he struts off to his ship, knowing his mission has been accomplished. The two guys will go on to create Space Quest adventures through Sierra. Roger will go on to roam the galaxy. They grow fat on their success and soon become burnt out and begin a drunken tailspin into obscurity. They may have one more game before they broke up. And off he goes. before sundown. Second star to the right. The end. Alright, it's not too bad. About an hour. Thanks to everyone who joined in the stream. Like some of these fake thank yous. When we made Stair Quest, we had some joke thank yous at the end, kind of as a homage to this. I love the World of Wonders theme. Friends of the Talking Bear Society. The Talking Bear is a statue of a bear outside of a real estate or an insurance office. I can't remember, but I visited it while I was in Oakhurst and have some photos of myself with the local landmark, the Talking Bear. Again, giant Sierra nerd. But we don't actually get real credits, we just get these on cycle, huh? Alright, well I guess that is... This is where we'll see the credits. Created and written by Mark Crow and Scott Murphy. Programmed by Scott Murphy. Doug Oldfield, King Koch. Chris Smith. Graphics by Mark Crow. Development assisted by Jeff Stevenson, Bob Hyman, Pablo Guinness, Stuart Goldstein. Music by Bob Siebenberg. Sound effects by Mark Siebert. Alright, thanks again for joining me, everyone. I'm going to call it quits there. Maybe we'll come back and stream another adventure game here in a few days. In the meantime, catch you on the